Today is day 12 of OT Walk. The theme for today is tabernacle. The gesture we're going to use is making a church out of our hands. Tabernacle. The tabernacle was the place to meet God. God gave specific instructions of how it was to be created just according to what He wanted. It was a place where we could approach God. The children of Israel were able to come to Him. And nowhere in history since the Garden of Eden had people been able to come to God in a place like this. Inside was the altar of sacrifice where they could make sacrifices to ask for forgiveness. Inside the most holy place, or the Holy of Holies, was the Ark of the Covenant. This was a holy box that was supposed to hold some sacred things that God wanted them to. It held the law. It held other things later on as they marched along. This was the way for people to recognize God's presence. To cover that holy box was the atonement cover, or it was also called the mercy seat. And that's where God was supposed to sit. That's was His presence was there. And the high priest could enter that most holy place only one time a year on the Day of Atonement. And he went in to make atonement for all the people of Israel. As we read through Exodus in chapter 40, 7 times as they were putting it all together, 7 times in that chapter it says, just as the Lord commanded Moses. So all the prescriptions He had done, all the things He told them to do to make this, were done just as He had instructed. Verses 34 and 35 say that God's presence filled the tabernacle so much that Moses couldn't even enter. God was there. And that was the climax of the whole book. Jesus, as our high priest, enters. And He intercedes for us. He is our high priest. And He sacrifices once for all. We follow Him. Tabernacle. Okay, here are the motions for all of OT Walk, week 2. We have Moses, Passover, Law, Tabernacle, Offerings and Feasts, Spying, Wandering and Dying.